Welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to have a look at a quick analysis of Game 4 from the World Chess Championship 2024 in Singapore. The game played here is between Gukesh Dommaraju and Liren. Here, Ding was playing white here. As we know, in Game 3, Gukesh was able to obliterate Ding and convincingly win against him. So Ding here has the white pieces and he starts out with knight f3, the Reti opening. And after b3, we have bishop f5. This is the quieter version of the Reti opening. Bishop e2, h6, and then we have bishop a3. Now the top game in this particular position is the game I found between Wesley So and Anish Giri in 2021, in which Giri as black was able to pull out a win. And this is so it obviously gives hopes for Gukesh, who is in very good form at this point. So knight b d7. Now obviously this whole purpose is to help push this pawn on e6, because that's exactly what happens after castling. E6 was played, and now after you take the bishop, the knight actually takes the bishop, so there's no hindrance for any castling reason. So after that, c4 was played, knight returned back to d7, and then knight c3. Here black castles, and then a trade of pawns happen in the center, and then we have b4. Now as you can see in this position here, we do have this majority pawns for the black against white's minority pawns in the queen side. Here we have c6, and if you have the pawn here on d4 for white, of course this is called the Carlsberg pawn structure, and here white can actually initiate a minority attack on the queen side to undermine black's pawn structures. So knight d4 was played, so attacking the bishop here, bishop retreats to h7 and queen h3. We have knight e5, and then we have, as we have understood, the pawns are moving forward for white, rook c8, and then we have a5. b6 was played. First the knight retreats to f3 and offering a trade of knights. Black accept the offer, and then the knights were traded here. So in this position here, d4 was played. So as of now, it's only, we can confidently say black has equalized this according to the engine. So knight e2, and the trade of pawns happen. Bishop e4, offering another trade of bishops. First here, white attacks the queen, and after the queen moves, then we have a trade of bishops here. As you can see, all these minor pieces are now pretty much getting traded off very quickly, which means the draw is imminent. First, after that, a takes b6, and the pawns were traded off, and now as we can see, it's inevitable for black to have a pass pawn in the queen side. So knight c3, rook to d8, and then we have trade of knights here. And here white simply played h3, giving some breathing space in case of a back rank attack. Now we have c5. First a trade of rooks happened, and after that trade of pawns, and now officially black has a pass pawn on the c5, and then we have rook c1 attacking the pawn, queen e5, and then queen c2. As of now, it looks a very drawish position. Rook d5 defending this pawn, and then we have g3, and here white comes up with this interesting idea of f5. And this is pretty much the last attempt to create some possible positive results for both sides. So here, if king g2 was played, and here Gukesh actually played king to h7. Now the only idea I was just thinking of, if the queens were traded at this point, now what happens is, as if the pawn structure stays the same, we obviously, this square here, the f3 square, is covered by the pawn, and the rook actually covers the d file, which means if white doesn't do anything to free up their king, black king can simply come to towards this pawn and help this pawn to queen in the meantime, because white's king is completely cut off. But however, white doesn't need to worry about it. They can simply play f4, and after the pawns are exchanged here, Now obviously that threat is gone off, and now white all of a sudden gets a pass pawn um, on the king side. So still this is a very drawish position, but this is just an interesting idea that was here. So here, as we know, Gukesh plays h7, and then we have queen c4. After the queen moves here, then a trade of pawns so offered, and actually the trade happens now, and then we have this queen e4 move, pinning the rook to the king, and also the threat is g4, pawn push to g4. We have that threat looked after by queen d5, and after the queens are now traded off, as we can see, this is a dead drawish position. However, we are now currently after after king to h3, we are still on move 37, and according to FIDE rules, in the World Chess Championship, you cannot agree to a draw unless 40 moves are played. So what happens is a threefold repetition occurs, and the pawn match ends in a draw in move 42. I hope you enjoyed this video. For more videos like this, please like and subscribe, and it's bye for now.